Good evening, guys. Nice to see you again. This is episode 6 of the Star Wars Results Wars, and tonight the subject is the link and the differences between entrepreneurs and the atoms. Well, at the first glance, you may not see a lot of things connected between entrepreneurs and atoms. But just today I had an interesting coaching sessions with someone who recently went off the corporate world and into the entrepreneurial world. And this is a very, very interesting journey for a lot of people and a lot of clients that I work for. I myself, I'm an entrepreneur for 16 years. I work with a lot of entrepreneurs as a coach and as a business partner, as a collaborator, and this is a very crazy world. Also a very crazy world is the one of the atoms and subatomic particles. And why am I talking about the two? I think there are a lot of similarities between the two. For example, in the subatomic particles and quantum mechanics, a group of scientists, British and American, also they are either one or mixture of British and American scientists, discovered that some atoms can be in the two places in the same time. So the same atom in two places in the same time. So what about the entrepreneurial world? Well, I defined there are 6 categories of elements that I wanted to talk about in this perspective today, and I wanted to make this link between how can one that has been in a corporate company for 15 or 20 years use the same elements and the same resources into the entrepreneurial world, because they can do that. And these categories are, first is the time. The time, as you know, my opinion is the most important resource. Is the only one that is not replaceable. Once it's gone, it's lost. So if you don't use it wisely, it's gone. So the time in the corporate world, and even if it's not corporate, let's say as an employee, you have a very, very structured time. The time is set by your position, by your responsibilities, by your tasks, and so on. And you need to use it mostly as it is. So you don't have much room for playing with it. Well, as an entrepreneur, you might have the opinion that time is very abundant and you don't know what to do with it. Well, you can use it in the same way in the same structure, but in this new perspective you have to set it your own. But it doesn't matter that everything is a chaos and you have a lot of time or you don't have any time. The second part, not having any time, is another myth, I think, for people thinking of going into business for their own, because if you set it correctly, you may find that you have more time for whatever you want to do than being in a 9-to-5 job. Especially that in these days 9-to-5 jobs are almost inexistent. It's 9 to 6 to 7 to 8 and so on. So you can use the same resource in a structured way also in the entrepreneurial world, if you set everything correctly and you believe that it's the right thing to do to go by this structure. The second one is money. Money as an employee is quite limited. There is a specific range of salaries and bonuses that you can get. It's not unlimited. Even if you go as a CEO of the greatest company in the world, it's not unlimited. It's got a cap. In the entrepreneurial world, you have the freedom to spend and invest the money as you think it's wise to do in terms of resources or knowledge or products or development or whatever. But I think you can also put a structure and a limit if you have a good plan and you decide that you only invest this amount in this period of time and so on, and later on you do something else. So you can use it in the same way as an apparently limited resource. Decision in the corporate world, it's set by your position, by your responsibilities, by your seniority, and that's about it. Well, in the entrepreneurial world, you can use the same structure as in the corporate world, because you need to delegate most of the tasks that you don't do it. So you don't take all the decisions, but you delegate decisions to the right people that themselves will decide on specific things. So you can have a similar structure, and you can keep only strategic decisions and major clients decisions and major key people that you want to bring in and so on. Responsibility, again linked by with the decision. Responsibility is very limited in the corporate world, because everybody has a specific range of responsibility. So you're not responsible for the financial aspects of the company if you work in I don't know, operations, or you're not directly responsible, but you have a part indirectly. Well, in the entrepreneurial world, apparently you are responsible for everything, but if you get the right people to work with you and they join your vision and they want to do it all in, let's say, they will be responsible for their decisions, and so you can keep the responsibility for the overall business and the law and financial and so on. People. Well, in the corporate world, you specifically are in charge of recruiting or choosing or let's say picking the right people, not for the whole company. In the entrepreneurial world, you can do the same. You can only hire the key people and then let them see what's appropriate for them to hire or to get people according to their own responsibilities. And other resources, because besides people, money and time, there are other resources depending on specific businesses. In the corporate world, they are set. Okay, you can use this type of resources, this knowledge, this training, this whatever. So you don't have a lot to choose from. As an entrepreneur, there are a lot of other resources that are split between different departments or business directions and so on. But you can also structure the resources according to the people responsible for them, and they will be responsible for their own resources. So coming back to the end, the 8 minutes went by very, very fast. What I'm saying is you can use the same knowledge, the same experience, the same resources that you got from the corporate world and put it in an entrepreneurial frame of reference, and you have on top of that unlimited possibilities for objectives, the ones that you don't have. Maybe this is the only one that you don't have as a corporate employee, because the vision and the objectives are made at the top. But as an entrepreneur, you don't have any limit to this, so you can do it how bigger you want to do it. So thank you guys for tonight. I hope you enjoy it. If you send me an email to coaching@rosenthal.com, you get a free coaching sessions, and I hope you enjoyed it. See you tomorrow. Bye.